Still left out. One time for your mind. Boy, I tell you, we got to start recording before we go live. That's one of them things that Aloysius Ballard talks about when he's studying some of the pod greats. Got to get that camera rolling before everything goes live. Got to work that out. But ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's Tuesday night. It's 9 p.m. My name is DJ George Chuck, and this is Nightcap Knowledge. And Mac is here. Tonya is here, and we have 50% of the Landmass Creative Collective. And we will be talking about all things creative tonight. Episode 139, Nightcap Knowledge. We got to give a shout out to some of our event partners, sponsors, waters, all of that. You know what it is. Coming up next, Mississippi's greatest weekend. We are celebrating HBCUs, D9 culture, and music. Some of the best parts of Mississippi. It's all going down May 26th through the 28th on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. That's sunny South Mississippi, Memorial Day weekend. You can get more information, msgw.online. And God diggity dog, I'm telling y'all, man, we're going to be hopping like a frog May 20th. Mississippi's first hemp CBD therapeutic relaxation lounge. It's all going down 520, not 420, but 520. Hemp World South, baby. Edibles, drinks, therapy, eat, sip, relax. Right there on Robinson Road in South Jackson. You can find out more information. Hit the link tree, Hemp World South. Man, y'all know we got to represent for Chapter 4 by Chef Duck Chase in New Orleans, Louisiana. Next time you're in NOLA, go ahead and stop by. Holla at old Chef Duck. Let him know we sent you. It might do something special for you. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we got to represent for the Mississippi School of Health Services and Careers. Begin your career in healthcare today. You can hit them up at mshscschool.com or give them a call, 769-572-7490. Need that job? Holla at them. One time for the Epps Institute, healing the entire you. We might have to do some healing tonight because we got some somethings in the cups. Might have to pull up a double cup or something like that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get started. It's Nightcap Knowledge. right. I almost shook my headphones off. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? On their weekend. On their weekend. Come on. That's a new drop right there.
Our weekly show on Tuesday nights.
Come on.
Nightcap Knowledge. What's up, everybody?
What? Come on.
Biggie. Nightcap Knowledge, we're here. Nightcap Knowledge, we're here. Nightcap Knowledge, we're here. Biggie. Cheers.
Shabba-dabba tweet. Shabba-dabba tweet.
What's up, everybody?
What y'all trying to do?
Man, what I done did?
24 karat magic in there?
Listen, out the bottle. That baby about to drink out the bottle. He drinking out the bottle. The biggie. No, I'm just playing pouring it in the glass. Ooh, no. You got to do the first taste. There we go. Do the first taste.
He's sophisticated.
Oh. What is it, Chuck? Hell yeah!
That Negro sophisticated.
Are the fruit notes at the front or at the back? Is it smoky? Is it smooth? Is it you get some vanilla notes, some oak notes? What do you get?
Hey. Tell her what you got, Mac. Tell her what you got.
While he's thinking about it, I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm drinking. I'm drinking that Uva Reyes from the Viejo Spaniard Tempranillo. Love this wine. Delicioso.
Okay.
Pronto llegará el día de mi suerte, mi Uva Reyes. Yeah, so I'm drinking
it. Bees and disease to you too.
I wasn't ready for it, but that's okay.
Hey man, y'all know these drops. You know these drops I got over here.
As long as I get that have that ready.
Hey man, we got you on the M. We got you on the M. Come on.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. How y'all feeling?
I feel absolutely outstanding. I am excited. We are working. We are being productive.
As Lo and I would say, we're cooking. Lo always say we're cooking. We're cooking.
Certified.
In the kitchen, in the stir fry. In the kitchen, I don't know what they were saying, but that's what we're doing. We're cooking. So yeah, I made some changes in my new wardrobe space and
I see that
podcast space. So yeah, man, I'm excited. You're gonna see more stuff up here by next week. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Get you some lighting and everything, and that way you have to be all nice and
Well, it's lit up behind me. I'm actually sitting in front of my altar. It's behind me, as you can see. Yeah.
We're talking about production lights, Tonya.
Yeah.
We're not talking about
I know, but I allowed the light to shine so they can get to me, so I can get to you.
Okay.
Drop that. That's a.
Well, my hands was right here. I was thinking about it. Okay.
No, thank you, Mac. He late. Mac, he was so late on that. He was.
Shit, I was thinking. I was like, what she just say?
So just for those who communicate with ancestors, you always have a glass of water and a white candle, a candle for them to see their way to you as they continue to travel on water. So yeah.
There you go. Break it down. So can be break it down. Break it down. Mac, are you on over there? What you got going on down here?
He's feeling good, feeling great. How about you?
Ladies and gentlemen, this show is Black and Uncensored. We're going to tell it to you like it TI is. Real talk, real issues, real solutions. And one of the solutions, am I not being, Mac, I don't know if he's telling me he can't hear me or what, but ladies and gentlemen, one of the solutions that we've been able to come up with, we do not hear any music, Mac, and we're going to talk about the Landmass Creative Con. But before we get to that, I would love for Tonya Boyd-Cannon to give us her music and entertainment check-in.
All right, guys, what's up? I'm so excited because this weekend I just come off a 2 big weeks of music and entertainment here in the city of New Orleans. Wow. Excited to not only be on all of the major stages these past 2
Yeah.
weeks, but also to see how music is so universal. But I feel like music is bigger than we use that word universal, but I feel like we don't really understand how deep music is. And so to be able to celebrate one of my music legends, Herbie Hancock, met him last year at the Grammys, but also had a chance to meet him Sunday and have a conversation with him, asking him to be my mentor and my uncle. And I have him on video saying he's my uncle and I'm his niece.
Come on.
But but to be able to stand on the stage less than 50 feet away from him, to watch him and this amazing musician, Lionel, I don't want to get his name right, Neleke, but this brother's from Benin, and how music was such a powerful tool of them communicating on Sunday. Meeting his drummer, Jalen, a dope, and James, like just meeting the band, but also watching how the band was so cohesive in communicating with each other without any lyrics, but also how the people were transformed from every artist that hit the stage on these past 2 weeks. So I just want to share that I'm still high coming off of Jazz Fest, French Quarter Fest, Teachers Fest. Now I'm getting ready for Creole Fest and so many other festivals. So shout out to all the musicians that have graced the stages in New Orleans these past 2 weeks. John Baptiste went and cut up with 91 years young Jermaine Basil on Sunday evening over at Snug Harbor. 2 sold out shows. Phenomenal drummer Herlin Riley. Listen, I'm still high. So shout out to the musicians. Remember to take time for yourselves to heal. I've taken a couple of days from school just to recoup and gather myself before walking back into the world of people and energies. So music is powerful. And as we get through the show, I'm going to show you this upcoming collaboration I have with this dope brother, Amit, out of Berlin, Germany.
Oh, really?
Man, he takes art. I'm gonna send you his handle. He
Okay.
takes art and he puts the soundtrack behind the art. So when you put your phone in front of the art, it plays, it animates the photo, the portrait, as well as the music in the background.
Well, that sounds very interesting.
Yeah, dope brother. So again, music is more than universal. Music is power. And so continue to celebrate music, continue to celebrate the arts, and find your healing through the arts. Yeah.
Tonya, thank you for that. We appreciate that music and entertainment check-in. And we can't wait to check out the brother that you're speaking of. Because that I love interactive exhibits of anything.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when you walk into something that's like immersive, even when you walk into somebody's house and you can see, like, you can smell something, you can hear something, and then, like, you know, for instance, for me, I come home from anywhere and the boys like, Daddy, they're like, that's an immersive experience because you hear them, then you're gonna feel them, and then your house smell a certain way. So yeah, I music is powerful, the arts are powerful, and I look forward to interacting with that brother. But also we got somebody that you and I interact with quite often. All right, we're gonna check him out. We're gonna drop him in the comments.
Oh, I can let him in the room. I want to let him in the room.
You want to let him in the room?
He got to come in the room. Tonight is Bishop Aloysius Lobella. Yeah.
I got my own setup.
Somebody come and look at this.
Hey, put the camera on me. Sometimes you got to come in with your own applause. Even when people ain't clapping for you, sometimes you got to clap up.
Yeah, Baba bullshit. Tell them reach their hand. Bishop, what about that?
Right here. Somebody out there in TV land.
Let me highlight this joker so he can so he can have his moment. Come on, man. Go ahead.
Come on now. Somebody out there. I'm talking to you. Yes, you. Right.
Where we at? In New Orleans.
In New Orleans. Oh. Yes, sir. Good evening, y'all. Good evening. God bless you. How you doing on tonight? Brother Chuck, come on back.
Oh my God.
Come on.
Oh, in New Orleans. Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Come on with it.
What's good with it?
I can't fool with y'all.
Look, Crystal in the comment, Bishop.
Bitch, there you go. You go. Call him out, Crystal.
Come on, talk to your boy.
Listen,
come on, man.
When Lo would get out the truck, I don't know what anointing or spirits he's been around recently, but I love it. He gets out the truck. Hey, go. Hey, I was like,
you got to change that atmosphere. That atmosphere got to be right, conducive.
Like, can I just get a hello? This hey, my mama may be on here. He gets out the vehicle,
girl,
like going in. And I'll say, so your spirit ain't right.
Your spirit ain't, he ain't with you. He get it
together.
Wasn't
of God. There wasn't of God.
He ain't pleased. He ain't pleased with it. Get that energy right.
Make some better energy.
Listen, I can't. I can't.
Where my sage at? Speaking of it, where my sage?
There he is.
Got that.
Brother Mac is back.
And we know.
You're going.
Wine.
What you got, Mac?
Got my wine, my Miomi, my Pinot Noir.
Your penis, what?
Lord.
Ew.
In New Orleans.
Lord, we don't went from Pinot Noir to penises.
Chuck, what's going on, man?
It is Tuesday night.
What's going on, bro?
I have no idea what is happening right now, but I guess as some folks will say, that's neither here nor there. We came here to talk about a particular topic, and we came to talk about the Landmass Creative Con.
Yes, we did.
We came to talk about building community, something that Brother Mac and you and Tonya and I all know about. But one of the things that I feel like that we don't do enough of is celebrate creativity.
Yes.
So I guess to shout out our co-conspirator in the comments, tuning in via YouTube, Crystal Scratching, and
tell Crystal to put some lip gloss on and come on join this stream.
Right. She said she got her little stomach bug or something like that. But
get you some ginger, boil it, add you a slice of lime and some agave and drink that. You'll be great.
You just need some prune juice. It's just gas. That's all. That's what my grandma would say. It's just gas. Get you some prune juice, drink you a little bit of it, and let the Lord do the rest. It's gonna be fine in the morning.
Hey, they're gonna be in there like this. She gonna be holding on. She gonna be holding on.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
I get it out my system.
Hey, white chicks and bridesmaids. White chicks and bridesmaids. That's all I got to say.
Hey,
there you go, man.
That middle of the street bridesmaid, yeah.
Baby, I came with y'all.
We sending love to Crystal. We know. We all.
She said, "Lord," she said, "This is not the segment." We love you, Crystal.
Oh, good, man. Shout out to Jason Ferg.
Jay in the building.
What's up, boo? It's cool when they do it.
It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it.
Put something down in the comment.
Look, Jay, I was gonna hit you up today. Listen, Jay did this dope artwork. I want to purchase all 4 of them. So just
hey,
Send me
Hey,
an invoice. I'm in
come
my
on,
space. You know?
send the invoice. We got invoices flying out.
What's
So
up?
look, Lo, man, talk to us, man, and talk about the Landmass Creative Con, which we have coming up May 26th. But talk to us behind the mindset of the creative community or building a creative community. Talk to us about the whole Creatives with Coffee. Give us like some backstory to how we arrived at the Landmass Creative Con and the journey that our co-conspirators took with us.
Well, I mean, it depends on how transparent you want to get, Chuck. Essentially, I would say it starts with the bigger problem is lack of organization and growth within creatives in the minority or people of color community. I know from my own experience when I was growing, like getting into my craft, there really weren't any outlets for me to be mentored or to be taught how to grow in my talents and my skill sets. And come to find out, I wasn't by myself. There were other people like me who wanted a community where we could grow and not have to struggle and walk alone on this journey. Because if it really doesn't matter if you're in music, if you're in video, if you're in painting, whatever the case is, there aren't a lot of resources and a lot of safe places for us to, in your words, go and grow. So here in between New Orleans and the Mobile market, we were often overlooked. And if you refer back to Katrina, they actually named us the landmass between the two cities. Now, I don't know how anybody watching feels, but that's like somebody in your family naming your mama and your daddy and them cheering in between. We have names.
That's hard. That is a real lot. I have the understanding much better now. It was always a slight.
Oh yeah.
Like, how you gonna just say the landmass between? But when you put it like that,
yes,
that's hard right there.
Yeah, man. So we don't like to just identify problems within our tribe. We like to offer solutions. And I mean, I speak to that for everybody on camera right now, even within when it comes to voting or community service or like problems that exist. We see that there are opportunities for us to act, and that's what we're doing. So during Memorial Day weekend, what we are choosing to do is to go forward and grow, create that space where all people, and that's the beautiful thing about us as people of color, we've never been exclusive of anybody else. We believe that everybody can eat and flourish and be, well suited within this space because there's more than enough work for all of us to succeed. But oftentimes we are not given that opportunity back. It's not reciprocated to us. And that is why we are springing into action. And we are excited about partnering with another great outlet, which is Mississippi's Greatest Weekend. And I'm sure you're going to get to that in a minute. But I just want to go back to what you kind of said in the beginning about community. Growing up, I was afforded, and most of us around the same age, so we were afforded the opportunity to glimpse into what our grandmothers did and their I guess you would say age group and their culture they had. We watched it in our parents who went through or were the result of integration, right? And then now we see us who are coming on the cusp of that, seeing the results of where that integration has gone. Now, when I look back at my grandparents, Black communities were just all inclusive. I didn't, it wasn't strange for me to see my grandfather go out to the field, get corn, get some peas, get some greens, some watermelons, because Mr. Johnson lost his job. And we know that they still got to eat because he has several children and a wife to take care of. And you would see somebody else bring in chicken, or they would bring other things to make sure that nobody within the community lacked. Now, they weren't rich, but they understood that if everybody together brings a little bit, there ends up being a lot. So this is what we want to do with our creative and our community spaces, because not only are we speaking to the creative side of things, we're also marrying that with community action. So, you know, when we partner with organizations like Mississippi Move and other just amazing organizations that are partnering with us and sponsoring, we want to bring that hope back to our community. I'm tired of hearing kids say, I can't be this all I can be because don't nobody care about us, or they don't give us opportunity. Well, baby, we're going to give y'all some opportunities. We're going to give you a chance to come in and learn and be around quality people that are great at what they do. So this is why it's important for you to pull up to the Landmass Creative Conference, because we are the opportunities that we prayed for. And we're staying here doing the work to build these bridges for the next generation. I may not reap the benefit. You may not reap the full benefit of what we're laying down right now. But for me, that's okay. Because if these kids can understand that we control, and I just read this, and I'll say this real quick. They said that the Black community spent $1.9 trillion during the pandemic. When you look at that number in the scope of the world, we as Black people in America could have been, we were like number 8 or 9 within the money spent worldwide as a country. The problem is we don't own any land. We don't have any unions. We don't have any kind of just streamline with the money we spend. All we have are impressions and thoughts that people like on social media. And we got to change that, or we will not survive as a people. Well, and that's come on, jump in.
I was going to jump in and say, because we do have unions, we do have land. It's maybe a small percent of us in ownership, right? At the same time, a lot of those who do own and have possession of those great things don't want to say too much, because social media has taken what we have or what we own and made it look as if, why should they have that? So now it's taken something that was positive and turned it negative. So we don't want to talk, right? We don't want to share. Or if we do share, we're conscious and very selective of who we're sharing with. You know,
let me ask this question as we ponder this particular topic of tonight. It is, we talk about like our allies and silence. Does that apply to this particular conversation and those folks who don't want to say nothing that might be a part of our community? And that silence?
Can I answer that?
Sure.
It's questioning, because Lo sent me a video earlier about the first HBCU, right? And the minute you asked that question, that's the first thing I went to, talking about these 3 allies who wanted to see the first HBCU be in existence in 1837. However, one of them went to the group of the others and told these men about what they were doing to celebrate Black, rights and Black excellence or education, right? They formed a union to shadow ban and knock that HBCU from existing. So it's scary to even say if it's an ally, because even those 3 back in 1837 they were looking out, but one said something and look what happened. So it's kind of scary. And that's why I had to jump in and say that. I'm gonna mute my mic and drink my wine.
Yeah. No, that's good. And what Tonya's talking about is Cheney University and how Yale at the time were some of the more prominent people within that demographic and area, right? But I want to take it a bit further, because I love that Tonya brought that up. When you look at any time we become united, so to speak, there's always a great price our people have to pay. And that's what scares us more than anything. Let's talk about Black Wall Street. There were no crimes being committed. There was no violence, there was no headache or anything besides the fact of us becoming stronger and becoming more unified. Anytime you look at us in that scope, we pay a price. When Dr. Martin Luther King and the rest of the civil rights fighters unified everybody and they marched on Washington, D.C., we got a great speech out of it. But what did we pay for that unification, right? Shortly after that, he was murdered, he was killed. Like most of the people that were leading our efforts were taken out. So, we got to understand, like, and I say this because we do have supporters. We do have people that are allying with us, and we have great allies within the Landmass Collective. I want to speak more to just the opportunity of the community. I remember seeing a TikTok that showed salt and pepper being mixed into one vessel, right? It was hard to separate it once it became mixed in together because of how detailed you would have to be to go into doing that. Now, we talk about integration, not even just in the schools, but have we truly integrated? I like to say, no, we migrated. Integration means that I can't hurt you without hurting myself. I can't do something to you without feeling the effects of that. And that's what I think culture has to become. And I think Landmass is a step in that direction, where you can't tell me that this law or this grant only benefits certain people. And if I can separate them from Black people or Asian people or Hispanic people, then it's not truly integrated. And what we're seeking to do is create communities that can't be separated from the allies and the people of color. One unified pot that shows everybody benefiting. And that is possible. It is doable, but it's going to take a lot of work.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works though. And I do believe in collective. I do believe in community. But let me say this. I agree with you in the vein of how is it possible that this can only affect this group of people? That's because it's targeted.
So when you look at money being spent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all of us have some type of business venture we have done. I run a production company. If I face a problem within my community, or if I am seeking assistance from my community, if I walk into that bank or that room, right? How many people in there have a viable interest or is invested in me succeeding? It's very different. And I see it from someone who starts a business after me,
right? That
just has a different look, a different hue. And now contracts are being sent. I see resources being made available. I see opportunities that were not equally afforded across the board being given. Now,
I'm following.
Yes. So imagine that now you have the analogy I gave, where the salt and pepper are poured into the same container and shaken up. Now, it doesn't matter where you pour in, everybody gets some. It's not a problem that the new business gets some of the contract. That's fine. I'm just saying that all of it shouldn't be salt and none of it's pepper. You should be able to show where salt and pepper are getting the same opportunities and it's somewhat balanced. And we don't see that. And that's why I say, like, because I had someone talk to me about HBCUs the other day. I was in the coffee shop and they said, did you go to Jackson State? And I said, no, I ain't go to Jackson State. Oh, I saw you was a Q. I figured you went to Jackson State. And I said, nah, we all don't go to Jackson State, but I'm glad you know about Jackson State. And he said, well, yeah, you know, my neighbor went to Jackson State, and my son and my daughter are going to Jackson State in the fall. And I said, oh, really? Well, you know, I could have sent them to USM, but they getting a lot more opportunity and money at these HBCUs. And I said, well, I said, I'm sure they're going to have a great time. The culture's there, X, Y, and Z. And I asked him, I said, well, are you spending any time getting to know about the university?
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm sure we'll learn a little something when we go up and visit.
He's sucking them up.
He don't even realize. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it goes back to what I say. We have to dissolve this mindset where it's only good if it benefits. Like, people extract from the Black community at the scope of it being beneficial to them. When it's good for you, we're tolerable. When it's bad for you, then you get rid of us. We see that right now within our own coastal situation. There was a bad and tragic circumstance that happened within a town here. The first thing they did, I've never seen people act in a way where they dismiss someone so quickly. Now, had it been another situation, I wonder if it would have been so swift. But it goes back to where I say we have no backing. We have no voice. It goes back to we don't own anything that is ours. Imagine us saying, hey, we're going to take $1.9 trillion and pull that money out of the American economic system. Well, and we're going to put it in, and Grenada wants it, or South Africa or Nigeria says, bring us your money. We're going to convert it, and we'll give you a card that you can still spend within this country. How long do you think that conversation goes before we start getting some type of advice or some type of respect? And that's why I say, like, respect now in America, if you look through the history, it is not given, it is taken. Some people say it's earned. It's not earned.
No.
My grandmother cooked, cleaned, washed, did whatever she could. And at the end of the day, she was still given the bare minimum for her to come back the next week. You can do that for 20 years and it is never given.
It will never amount to anything.
So that's why I say, like, until we start doing things that we can take our respect back. And I'm not talking about violence there. You don't need violence for that. You just need organization. You need to be disciplined. And that's what we talk about, because one of the things I've learned recently, and I grew up as a PK, and I love being a Christian. I speak it everywhere I go, right? But there's something that I respect highly about the Muslim faith. The discipline they have, to where they walk together, they talk together. If it's a problem, you don't see it on social media, they gonna keep it, like, for the most part. Let me take that back. I don't want to throw that blanket statement out there. But for the most part, like, you see them able to handle their ecosystem in some type of structure. And I wonder what it would be like if we could be disciplined long enough for us to make an impact, man.
But not just discipline, but we also have to be accountable, right? Because we want people to be disciplined, but we take that word accountability and we don't think that's a part of discipline. Because if I was to say, for example, I remember Chuck and I had a moment, and he was like, Tonya, you're not listening. At the moment, I didn't want to listen to him. But when I took time to sit back and listen, because Lo and I had a conversation recently like that too. It was like, no, be quiet, just listen. You have to be mature to listen. Hearing and listening are two different things.
Yeah.
So when you become accountable, and if I come to you and we talked about, supporting Black-owned businesses. The minute I come to you and say the service was not even subpar. The service was weak. It was whack. And if I say something out of concern and sincerity, the first thing you do is get an attitude. You're not trying to grow. So you're not disciplined because you're not taking accountability. You have to have those characteristics that fall within discipline, being a disciplined mind, disciplined spirit, and a disciplined being. And you have to be able to listen and hear, because I hear y'all now, but I'm listening so I can be a better listener to be a greater leader. So
active listener. I think we need to check in the comments. Jason Ferg has a response to something that we've been discussing, particularly something Lo said. It's not violence, but it is warfare. And I appreciate that, Jason. This type of movement by design is a declaration of war on these systems of supremacy.
Mm-hmm.
It is. And I appreciate the word ecosystem.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it truly expounds on what community is. When you have an ecosystem, that means that everything works in conjunction or in complement with the other things that are congruent, adjacent, connected, however you want to characterize it. When you have an ecosystem of your own, and it allows you a bit of autonomy or influence and or power.
Yep.
You have that, then you can enact and you can do whatever you want to do. And that's really what it boils down to, is like, all right, look, if we're insulated, if we're protected, if we have all the means, we have all the mechanisms that we need to make sure that we can do business, not only on our own, but we can do business with other people. I don't give a damn if you, what'd you say, Mac? Blue, black, purple, yellow, or green. If you coming to me to do business, we can do business. But now, if you're gonna inflict pain on my people, we got problems.
Agendas.
I'm gonna tell you something, Chuck. You reminded me of something that took me back to my childhood. So, growing up in my neighborhood, it was predominantly military people, and like blue collar, right? So, I remember the first Asian family bought one house in our neighborhood, and everybody was in an uproar because they had all the cars parked in the yard. It was like 4 families living in that one house. They would mend their nets. They were in the fishing industry. Yep. They would mend their nets. They would do everything they repaired for their craftsmanship right within that property. Next thing we know, the person next to them moved out and they bought that house. The next 2 families went in there and they kept doing that. They just kept expanding till that whole street was owned by them. And then you started to see them. I remember their kids, they paid cash for cars. Nobody had a brand new car. They all had Hondas or Civics or whatever. But
and Honda ain't gonna quit either.
And then all of them, when you got old enough to get that car, you were old enough to work and help contribute to that community. And we sit here and I think about it because we can't even spend a week together in the same house without killing each other. And I'm thinking like, man, y'all have 3 to 4 families living in a 4-bedroom house.
Because respect is in place. What does respect look like? You know, we talk about matriarchs and patriarchs. You know, it's social media has really twisted the game of what matriarch and patriarchs look like. We're not saying that matriarchs have to be on a walking cane and you have to, you know what I'm saying? Like you can be a matriarch and still have your golden life. I feel that a lot of our elders who we would look to or to look to carry the family on now wants to have a different image or a different lifestyle, you know, and who do we follow? You know what I'm saying? Who do we look to? And a lot of cultures, we still have it. I could say within this tribe here, even in our comment section, Jay, Marcus, we have a tribe, a communion of business owners, supporters, leaders, entrepreneurs, as well as accountable visionaries, right? We're disciplined. We know how to work together. We don't look for one to lowball and pay lesser value because of whatever your fee is your fee. We don't want anything less than that. And we respect that. And I feel if we continue this move that we're doing in our tribe and share that with Creative Con, because the thing is, the Landmass Creative Con, what I love about it is you have people within the Creative Con that are on the panels that all do the same thing.
Yep.
And we're all gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? We're all gonna eat.
Yes.
You know, so it's having that maturity level to understand. Yeah, you do graphics, me too. Man, what you working on? Man, I just found out about this. I didn't know that. Well, now I've learned something new from someone who's my counterpart, but also someone who is up on a new software or update that I didn't know about. So,
hey, man, can you use this? Can
you
use it? Here, have this.
Exactly. Exactly.
Go ahead, Tonya.
I was just going to say, I feel once we mature spiritually, and we mature creatively, and the wisdom, we allow our wisdom to be free and allow our educators, who are not just someone who taught us when we were kids, but someone who's coming up under us, that's in our own households, or our nieces and nephews or babies, because they educate us. Once we begin to be active listeners and we're mature listeners, then we can be winners, you know?
I was gonna say you just nailed my point that I was gonna say, Tonya. One thing that I think we got to do is become more mature. I use this as an example. I've been documenting you in the last few experiences you've had, right? I watched that French Quarter Fest. They had 4 to 7 stages going all weekend. Then we had Jazz Fest following right afterwards.
A week
different
later, right?
areas, but then a whole different audience. They had several stages going all day, right? Everybody's an artist. Everybody had the ability to say, I'm skillful in what I do. But guess what? Everybody coming together brought a crowd that most people wouldn't bring by themselves. And everybody benefited. French Quarter Fest benefited. They had a great turnout, even in the midst of vendors. I'm looking at business, everybody eating. But then there were some people who love French Quarter Fest that said, I can't fool with Jazz Fest. And we got to realize that what we do is not always for everybody. I think my career changed when I realized I don't need to market to everybody. I don't want to work with everybody. There are some people who love to do certain things that I don't like doing. And that's okay. But come on, Chuck, you know what I'm saying?
Put the M on their ass.
Man, I'm telling you. But there's room for all of us to thrive when we own our truth. Chuck, you know that's my saying. To thyself be true. If you know this is something, I turn money down and people be like, but I'm willing to pay. But guess what? Me working with you, I can do it, but I'm not suited for you. I'm not invested in you. Let me turn you on to someone who I know's like to do what you need done. And let that build a relationship where y'all both can flourish and thrive. And I think we got to start valuing each other enough and not just seeing each other as a means to get a bag, but build these relationships where, hey, right now I may not be a fit for you, but guess what? In 2 years, things may change and we can now link up and you respect me for putting you in a position to win.
Right.
So many black businesses. Tonya was in a restaurant the other day and the brother came. She asked the brother, what time was dinner? And he said something like, what did he say, Tonya? And then you said, no.
I said, do you all serve dinner? Yeah, we serve the same menu all day. I said, do you have what time is dinner? Yeah, we serve the same menu all day. I said, what time do you close, baby? 9 p.m. I said, so you don't have a break. I said, so you do have a dinner hour. No, we just serve the same menu.
I said, you're not listening to the client. And I told Tonya, I said,
that baby needs to be in
that's
your
one
class.
I hate to say it. Some stereotypes are not stereotypes. Some stereotypes are truths that just hurt our feelings. But it was one of our establishments. And I told some young guys, because like I believe in my dollar and the value of my dollar. I work hard for my money. Just because you look like me don't mean you entitled to me spending my dollars. We need to stop that. Now I told you, man, I went to a restaurant that was owned by one of us, and the young man brought me 2 dirty forks. I said, young man, I said, excuse me, look, I'm gonna need a refund, but I need to tell you something first. If you're gonna bring somebody something, make sure you bring them something that is of quality and is clean. I don't know what y'all doing in the back. Oh man, so-and-so. Then he threw his boy under the bus. Yep. Oh, that's so-and-so backed up, man. Every time he back there, he don't be washing the dishes right. And I'm just frustrated. I said, whoa. I said, let me tell you something. I don't want you to get hyped. I want you to hear me. I'm going to still tip you for your time because I want you to listen to what I'm telling you. I said, I need y'all to identify the problem and then fix it. Don't let it continue on because you're losing your opportunity. I said, people like me are your promotion. See, we go to black businesses and we think, oh, it's just expendable for me to just, jank off and not give my best. If somebody is paying you for a service, it's not because they just want to get their money away. It's already hard for us as black businesses to come by. Man, I need you to do what you say you're going to do. And that's why I said, like, when we talk about integration, we really did integrate it. We migrated and we lost that accountability that Tonya was talking about. I remember when I was young, I had a black teacher named Miss Bilbrew. Yeah, Miss Bilbrew. The name tell you everything. She was giving them licks. She ain't play about corporal punishment. I ain't calling your mama. She would tell you right in the class, I ain't calling your mama. I ain't calling your daddy. We finna get out in this hallway and I'm gonna give you these licks and you gonna get some act right. Guess what? We all were straight A students. Every black kid in there read more books and was more educated than the rest of our school, man. And it was because we had accountability. And because of the performance that they had, they gave that woman pure D hell because we were succeeding at such a high rate. That's how I knew then that it was migration, not integration. Because we did have accountability when we had our own schools because they weren't calling home. They was going to get you together right there because that was our community.
And you didn't want to get it when you got home because you got it again.
Come on, man.
Building community. Now, it really sounds as if we are rebuilding community.
Well, I wouldn't say rebuild. I would say we're building because that was that community then. Mm-hmm. We're creating a new community. We talked about that, like refills and new pours. It's a difference. I feel that this community we're going to be able to build these communities with strong foundations as well while still standing on our ancestors' shoulders, but being more bold to speak because, we talked about that, Chuck, with generations that didn't speak. But those generations adhered to society, although they wanted to, but it would have cost their lives, right? So I feel we're building a more sustainable, truth and bold speaking, but presence of communities. So we're building from what our ancestors built. We're using some of those same tools. Mm-hmm. But we're also creating new tools with that sustainability from them, helping the next generation to be able to continue building.
Okay. I love that.
And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And I know this conversation could go on and on because I got so many questions I would like to, get each of your
y'all have me back, man. Bring me back, man. We can talk about it and just have me back. I appreciate the Nightcap for welcoming the bishop up on the platform tonight. You know what I'm saying?
We here every Tuesday.
We got communion. I don't think I have no more.
We are here every Tuesday. Just for
Hey,
the record.
man, listen. And I want to shout out Mac, man. Hey, my boy Mac. Let me tell you, Mac, I want to say this about you. Ever since I met Mac, Mac is a quiet storm. I love Mac because Mac makes things happen. Mac don't ever ask for any attention. He doesn't never need any accolades. I watched him from just being observative, and he inspires me to do more within my community because we talk a lot about the problems, man. But people like Mac, they get in there, they have the hard conversations, they go toe to toe with the people who don't want to budge. And I want to get more like that. And I want to do that for my community, because if we just figure, like, I felt convicted because one of the things I did recently when the situation happened here was quickly cast that other person of my community away. Because I said, you know, I have it good. I stay in this side of town and I don't have to deal with the problems of bad kids. Like, I pay extra money and taxes not to deal with that. But it's still going on in them communities.
Wow.
Those kids, like, the news never says these kids are robbing and pillaging because they don't have anybody feeding them at home. So what do you do when you're starving? You're going to do whatever you can to survive. But we don't have them narratives. We don't hear that. We don't see grandma is just old now, and she can't raise them babies like she could when she first got them. And I tell people all the time, man, to Tonya's point, our elders are exhausted. They've been raising the fruits of our labors and our spoils of war for the last 2-3 decades. Yep. You know, you got grandmas that have raised their children up, then you go keep having babies because you want Darrell to keep being your old man, or vice versa. I tell men all the time, bro, why are you out? If you are healthy and you are planting your seed in a healthy woman, why are you surprised when children come out? Both of y'all healthy. That's what's supposed to happen. When you put an egg and a seed together, people are made. And we act like that is just a conversation we don't grasp, man. We got to stop creating people that we are not prepared for, because it puts a strain on our communities. Where are these resources coming from? Who's watching them? I don't know about you, man. If I didn't have my parents, bruh, I wouldn't have a job. It was rough. Daycare? Come on, man. We talking about daycare, dog. Bruh.
Daycare, summer camp, after school activities. Before school activities.
Listen,
grandma can't even. Come on, Tonya.
Turk said Mac learned that from him. I was gonna put that out there.
Coming off mute now.
Oh Lord, listen.
Hey, shout out to my AOB. Happy 20. You know, Turk has always been the one with the jokes and the stories. I would say that. But Lo, when you was talking, you know what I was thinking, man? I was listening to y'all talk. I said, we talk too much. That's what I was thinking. We are so opinionated. I have never seen a group of people that's so oppressed and opinionated at the same time. We talk too goddamn much. We got complaints over plans, and we got to work, and we got to make it happen. And as a collective, we don't own. Now, as a bad few, we own, but as a collective, we don't own. We don't have a capacity. You know, we don't have power, and segregation was a good thing for us, you know, but we thought it was better because we can get a chance to go get old white folk stuff. And we thought it was better because we can get their old stuff, that their stuff was better. But actually, we built those houses. You know, our people built the houses. If we had the resources to build them in our community, the house would just been just as nice, you know. And in 2022, 2023, we still face those same problems, trying to purchase land, trying to purchase building, trying to purchase. So even though a lot of people are not trying to purchase, that fat few that is still bumping their head against the wall because they understand power of ownership, power when you own your own labor, power when you can make decisions, power when you control your own schools and your own banks and financing, goods and services. Turkey's out there doing big things. And I give a big shout out to my LB. Matter of fact, Chuck Line brother, Leonard, is out there doing big things in Texas. These two brothers, you know, took their idea and something they enjoyed, from basketball to kickboxing and MMA, and created in 2 different cities in Texas did something similar. They are the driving force, and they are doing it, and we can do it too. It just, we got to continue that collective. No, but we talk too much. We always complain.
Got a plan.
And what's the plan? What's the plan? And stick to the plan. That's the discipline part. On the radio show we used to host for 7 years, and I always say this: we can't stick on topic for 1 goddamn hour. How in the hell we gonna start a revolution? We can't stay on one topic for 1 hour. And we'll start off talking about healthcare, and we end up talking about potholes. But we gonna start a revolution, so we gotta be disciplined. Well, for real, this ain't even joke. This real.
I know I don't say much, but I'm gonna toot my own horn because I am serious about my community with my kids and music. And I have been doing this since 2001. I've had people come through my organization, they left my organization. But I will say who did not leave were the kids. And I'm grateful to see a lot of my kids who've come through my tutelage have gone on to do great things in the community, in the music world, entertainment world, film, movie, television, and so forth. The word discipline tonight really speaks volume to me because I took off last summer from doing my summer camps. And I announced that I'm doing a 3-week summer camp, bringing it back this summer. Don't know where the funds going to come from. Don't even care, but it's going to happen because I know the need is there for our kids. I know the families need it. And each summer, if not for the first time in the past 3 years, I have charged for summer camp, but I've still given away 5 scholarships. So at the end of the day, it's about my kids being able to grace stages around this world, singing and performing, but also being compensated for their talents. So when you see kids performing with me, they're not performing for free. They're getting compensated, whether it's scholarships, school supplies, funds in their own pockets, they're being compensated. So starting June 12th through the 29th of June, I'll be doing a 3-week summer intensive vocal workshop, arts workshop. And I'll be putting the information out there for families because I'm only taking 30 kids and we're already at 16. So, so I advise you to go ahead on and sign up. Monday through Thursday, 8 to 2:30 p.m. Kids will get a catered breakfast, lunch, and snack. So be on the lookout.
Well, look, since we're already into our announcement segment, I wanted to throw a couple things out there to reinforce these things. The grand opening for Mississippi's first hemp CBD therapeutic relaxation lounge, 5/20/23 at 5:20 p.m. That is in South Jackson. This place is going to be very nice. I've seen some of the photos, some of the footage. I'm telling y'all, I don't know what y'all came to do, but I'm going to the Hemp World South, and I'm going to be very therapeutically relaxed, and it's going to be outstanding. So they've got a link tree. You can find them on all social media platforms. Hemp World South. I'm telling you, you need to be there. Now, the main thing that we were talking about tonight is also a part of this Mississippi's greatest weekend, 26th through the 28th of this month. 20 or so days away, right? And it will be done with it. So we only got a little while. We got to go through this. Got y'all here? Look at this. The Landmass Creative Con, Friday the 26th. Look at this speakers lineup.
Somebody come and look at this.
Look at this right here. Look at this, man.
Y'all so sexy on there.
Ain't that nice? Mm-hmm. That is nice, man. That is nice. So look, if you want more information about the Landmass Creative Con, you can go to the website, landmasscollective.com. All of the speakers are listed there. The workshops, the keynotes, all of it there. In addition to this event, we've got other events going throughout the entire weekend. This is kind of the bridge for it, the mix and mingle. You don't want to miss it. We've got so many great things. I mean, look, these photos from last year, they tell the story.
Yes.
The creative thing is that not only are we documenting and telling our own story, but we're also producing this whole event. Everything is produced from homegrown talent. Ain't no people jumping in, flying in from somewhere else. This is all us. All us. So the mix and mingle at the Press Box Daiquiri Lounge right there off of Fishbone Alley, downtown Gulfport. The Decoration Day where we go out and we celebrate Memorial Day weekend the way our ancestors started it off.
Yep.
Now there's a story there. If you don't know the origins of Memorial Day, go look that up and see why it's important that we own our narrative. And we control our narrative, and then we bring that narrative back to the forefront. Plan, discipline. That's what we're doing. Now, to keep it going, we got the MSGW Greek picnic. The boys have encouraged me, and I'm saying the boys, I ain't talking about no dudes online. I'm talking about the little dudes that I take care of back there. They said, Daddy, we need to have baseball. I'm like, son, you can't have no grown people out there trying to play baseball. So in addition to the field day activities, the stroll contest, the food trucks, all of that, we're adding blitzball.
Mm-hmm.
Are y'all familiar with blitzball?
Mm-hmm.
Make it plain, Chuck.
It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna tell you this. It's like wiffle ball for adults. Ain't no bases. There are no bases.
We need to get Blue Organic to sponsor some CBD sports cream right now.
I need it.
Come on.
I need it.
We need
it. Wait, what about the pillow fight?
Look, the pillow fight. Did y'all know it's professional pillows out there?
Bruh.
Huh? Have y'all seen this?
Bruh.
No.
I'm gonna post a video tomorrow. Please. I ain't gonna do it tonight. Nah. But look, professional pillow fighting.
Nah, son.
Wait, let me just say this. We have some teams that's coming this year to take the win of tug of war. Like, that went down between the egg sauce and the tug of war from last year. Oh my God. Listen, prepare your hands.
The bros was cheated.
No, lies and God. No, you.
No.
Y'all be there. Y'all gonna see what's going on.
Let's see.
No, they didn't see.
That was JD and Jamichael.
And Jamichael, yeah. Because look, Lo kept trying to move the little toggle, the flag, a little bit closer.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, because I stopped you. I got it on film. I'm gonna get the film.
Don't do that.
He was out there. We shall overcome.
Hey, them boys was dragging the bros like they.
Listen, baby, I told Jamichael said it was almost like he went, come here.
Hey,
hold up.
Hey, them boys looking like what's my boy from Green Mile when he came out? Big boy.
John Coffey.
Yeah, but
Hey, this was Jamaica. This all Low and his line brother saw.
That was it.
Hey, no, dog. I was on the media team. I was helping.
No, lies and garbage. You tried to
No. I didn't participate.
Chuck.
I didn't participate. Right. I got the photos to prove it.
You just moved the flag. Okay.
He did. He had the camera in there. He had the camera. The camera.
The camera was in one hand. The other hand was trying to move that
flag.
Yeah. It's okay. Moving
on. Y'all ain't gonna embarrass me.
So that's look at this right here, man. This is how we rounding out the weekend. This is Sunday.
Are we having the brunch choir, Tonya?
Listen,
rhythm and brunch, baby.
We got the rhythm and brunch. We got Antonio Davani is gonna come through doing some singing on the mic between Chuck and Silas on the DJ table, baby. Let me tell you something. Get y'all vocals ready. Get your vocals ready. We're gonna start with some old school gospel melody from hell. I just want to see y'all tell us better be ready.
Can we talk about the way Nasty Show had that playlist going though?
That thing was thanging.
Oh yeah.
I looked up. Chuck was out there pop locking and
listen.
Man,
wait for this house set. Wait for the house set.
Hey, that's Chuck. When Chuck get loose, Chuck gonna be on point all weekend. When we get to the brunch, that's Chuck time.
Listen, all I saw was this. I saw them shoulders do this. I said, he done. I said, he done. Baby, listen. We've been doing this a long time.
Hey.
And I feel like these last couple of years, even pre-pandemic, post-pandemic, has really, elevated Mississippi Greatest Weekend, formerly Mississippi Greek Weekend.
Yes.
To a whole new level of grown folk, fun, festive, celebration, love, and all those great things. I mean, even financial blessings amongst that, you know.
And look, this ain't even the last event.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, look, watch this.
Take it on.
Come
There
on.
we go.
Come on.
Listen.
Come on, right there on the water.
How did we end? Listen.
Last year, you remember we at the end. Come on, right there, Jones Park.
Listen, wear white to the brunch so we can take it on home in the right way.
Come on, I need to find me a white linen suit so I
There
can.
we go. That's why it's gonna be high. I
need me
said
a
high.
white linen suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So listen, get
Yes.
your wardrobe together. You
Come
guys
on.
meet us on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, Mississippi Greatest Weekend, the Landmass Creative Con, and so much more. May 26th through the 28th. And if you want to stay over till the 29th, we can get brunch on the next day. So let's go where we know where we about to go.
Can I tell y'all my only complaint though?
Oh Lord. Okay.
Let me rewind it back. I think it was around 2017, 2018, the last time we was in Jackson.
Uh-oh.
Now I'm a bruh, but I gotta give credit where credit is due. Mac hadn't made his blue juice the way he made it. And what was the little street? We had the block party, didn't we, Chuck? It was right there. Fair Street.
Yep, that's fair.
I don't know what Mac did that year, but man, Lord, listen. That blue juice was, hey, they should have froze some of it and just kept it as a sample, man.
I don't
Because
drink that. Y'all can have it.
I was like, I don't even like this. Then I tasted it. Hey, where Mac go, man?
Mac go, bro.
Mac done with us, dog. Hey, tell Mac come on back, man.
Listen.
Hey,
Mac
I'm
is
serious.
gone. He's gone.
Mac hadn't made that blue juice since that Fair Street block party.
You won that Tougaloo's our homecoming weekend.
But
he made it.
I'm
He
talking
made
about
it.
no. I'm talking.
I
about
know. I know.
weekend. We ain't had none since, and he was selling cups of it.
Somebody clip this up. Put this on the Greek.
Listen, Mac is gonna have Mac. You gonna do the blue juice? Mac,
Somebody clip this up.
There he is. There he is.
Hey, you know how you usually remove yourself? It don't work as well on the tablet. I remove myself for real. Hey, man. All right, so I tell you what we do, Lo. I'm gonna have to go and dig up and make this recipe, and we're gonna have to send that blue juice.
Come on, look out for your boy.
We're going to send that blue juice down. Now, there are some past blue juice experiences from some other Mississippi Greek weekends that had some people sleep on tables next to hot sauce boxes. We ain't gonna talk about that. And Chuck got the pictures for it.
Hey, man. Hey, I gotta give you credit, man.
There was one cue that was very, very disrespectful to someone else's juice when he poured that person's juice out and said, "Who made this one?" "Oh, this is what I'm drinking." It was bad. But I tell you what, if you really want to have fun, let me and Chuck make juice. I make blue juice. Chuck make omega oil.
Hey,
now,
hey, Mac,
we just gonna sit it down. We're gonna walk away.
I ain't drinking neither one.
Don't be like that.
Why, Tonya?
Oh no, baby. Let me tell you something. Tonya love to have fun naturally. Give me a drink, baby. When I listen, my stories got stories, so that's why I'm not drinking it.
Lord, Tonya done tapped out on it already.
Listen, Mac, did I drink some for Tougaloo homecoming? Curly drank it.
Yeah, sure did.
And I'm driving, and Curly's supposed to be up helping me drive.
Curly was gone.
Curly, I say, wake your ass up. She was like, girl, I feel good.
Hey, no, Mac be putting them down in there, boy.
Lies and propaganda. Lies and propaganda.
Listen, but listen, on the real though, y'all, come and get your blue juice, your omega oil, Mississippi Greek weekend.
Now I got to make some oil.
There we go. Look, we've already
got sweated. You got sweated into it.
Look, you make the oil, you make the blue juice. Me and Lo, I may sample just a little bit of both.
Tonya, well, you know, you the online host all weekend anyway. So You got to taste a little bit. You gonna have to taste a little bit.
Wait,
Hey Chuck,
okay, Blitz ball.
for the Blitz ball?
This is Blitz ball.
Listen, be ready, guys. All I'm gonna tell y'all is this.
Watch this.
Bring you some Tylenol, Motrin, Aleve. We're gonna get some blue organic CBD oil.
Yes.
We'll have the edibles and all that good stuff. Be ready to have a good time. May 26th to the 28th. Because baby, we about to go somewhere. I don't know where we're about to go, but I'm ready.
I know where I'm going. Y'all know where we going?
Where we going?
Yeah.
Where we going?
Come on. Testing 1, 2. The Gulf Coast heats up with Mississippi's greatest weekend. May 28th. The Gulf Coast heats up with Mississippi's greatest weekend. May 26th to the 28th. The best Memorial Day weekend party is back and better than ever. MSGW is proud to support nonprofit organization Mississippi Move Incorporated. We'll see y'all next week, baby.